Yo, this was textbook chess right here that we just witnessed. The full comments of what Phee said. She basically gave the W two options: to fire Cathy, or the lead literally is over. Like, it's not even as raps. But y'all, listen to this. This is pretty crazy.
Congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the finals. And I want to be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing. It's about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates.
Section was a reference to Cheryl, her coach, who got fined from that situation.
Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Cathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything.
Cathy is overcooked. Not even the fact she said that. That's obviously a dumb statement. Why the fuck would you say that to somebody who created a competing lead with the W? You don't think at some point she would have mentioned that? Yo, that's crazy. She's an idiot. Like, they either, like, I'm telling you, they got no choice. They either got to fire her or they got to shut down the whole league because they're cooked.
In that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. Privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's Unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody. This year alone, I've gotten calls, texts, and well wishes from so many players across the league. Those moments remind me that sometimes there are things bigger than the results than this game we play. But do you know who I haven't heard from? Cathy. Not one call, not one text. Instead, the only outreach has come from her number 2 telling my agent that she doesn't believe physical play is contributing to injuries. That is infuriating, and it's the perfect example of the tone-deaf, dismissive approach that our leaders always seem to take. I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there is no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation, it isn't about collaboration, it's about control and power. I've earned this platform and I've paid the price to get here, and now I have a responsibility to speak on behalf of the fans and everyone in this league that deserves better. Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine. It's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. From a business aspect, for somebody who owns another league competing with the W, this is brilliant. You got to tip your hat to this. This was smart as hell. Not only does she put, like, from a business, we're talking from a business point, not what's going on, but from a business point, that just put the enemy at a damn near checkmate. I'm sure I don't even know if Caitlin knew that information. If this is her way to recruit Caitlin to Unrivaled, I don't think she does it either way. She might change her mind now, but this was smart as well from that aspect as well. Cathy became the commissioner of the W in 2019. Oh, she was the CEO of Deloitte? I never knew that.
The WNBA president is beefing with Caitlin Clark. Hold up, man. She privately said Caitlin Clark should be grateful for the WNBA because the league is responsible for her sponsorship deals. Is this some kind of joke? Are we forgetting what the fuck Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA? And she haven't even been here that long. Let's not talk about the views she brings, the asses she put in seats. Let's come on now. The money she brings to the league.
Yeah, no one's gonna watch
Let's not
that
do
shit
that.
no more.
Without the WNBA giving her a platform, she wouldn't make anything. Nah, bruh. We gotta stop this shit, man. Do you not realize there's other leagues that was willing to pay her millions of dollars just to play one game? One. And she's easily one of, if not the biggest star in your league. What is we talking about, bro?
Bro, they're cooked. Yeah, no one's watching that shit, bro. And for the fines and stuff, Stephanie White got fined for her Cheryl Reeve stuff, so she's not lying about that.
All preseason and all season to position yourself for these moments. So it's really exciting for our group. I'm proud of our group for putting ourselves in this position. But we're not done yet. You know, it's an important one coming out for us, and we're ready to go. What's weird is just the layouts have been so different in every time I've been a part of it. And coming back full circle and, you know, doing it with Bree, you know, with Tosh, with Rima, who was on our 2012 team, Austin, who was a practice guy on that team. It just makes it special. You know, I think every single one of us believed that we could be in this position. But with everything that has happened throughout the course of this season, I think being able to be one game away, being able to play in a game 5 in a series like this, it just makes everything that we went through worth it. I think so. I mean, I think anytime that you get a chance to play against the best, and you get a chance to play against a franchise who's won, you know, multiple champions, and you know, certainly like my history of Becky and I being in the same class and competitors for so long, and somebody that I ultimately respect so much, it makes it fun. It makes it fun to share experiences, you know, with one another and with the group that we have. Already got fined for supporting Cheryl, so yeah, which I think is crazy. But you know, look, I think there's nothing that we want more than just consistency.
Bro, they just be throwing fines left and right. You can't say shit in the W. They, you know what I'm saying? Yo, they go hit you. I wonder how much the fines are too. They just be fine. That shit is crazy as hell. Honestly, be shocked if they have a season next year. I think especially after what Phee just said in the press conference, there's just no way unless they fire Cathy and they put somebody else as the lead. That's the only way. If they do that, the person who steps in, the only way he's gonna get the good graces from the players is if he accepts whatever proposal they give. That's literally the only way.
If it was consistent throughout 40 minutes, maybe. You know, I think you just have to adjust, and that's the thing. Like, players are gonna be able to adjust to how it's gonna be called. You know, if it starts one way and it can stay that way, that'd be ideal. But you know, you can game plan for a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it's players making plays. You know, we can game plan for first, second, third actions in offense, and then it comes down to, do you know personnel? Can you put your players in position where they can make their plays? And so there's a lot of things that are in our control that we have to maintain control of. I just think that this group has had a lot of moments where we felt like our back is against the wall. You know, whether it meant that in our season or not. I think everything that we've gone through has positioned us to be able to handle moments like this. You know, and whether we come out on the winning side or not, being able to handle those ebbs and flows, being able to handle you know, times where adversity strikes, being able to handle disappointment, setbacks, all of those things have positioned us to understand what it means when your back is against the wall. It seems like every time we lost a player, it'd be like, okay, we would have our moments, and then we'd turn our attention to, okay, well, how can we continue to put our teams in position to be successful? And I think that has really just allowed us to stay the course. I don't know if there was one moment outside of you know, feeling a little bit of that fight, that resilience at Connecticut that we talked about. Yeah. But I don't know if there's one moment more so than just this group is really open to our thinking and really open to our adjustments and our changes, and they'll go out and they'll try anything. And because of their flexibility and because of my coaching staff and their ability to think outside the box and tweak and make changes, we've been able to put ourselves in positions to win ball games.
Steph had her issues to start the year, but you got to tip her hat, man. She done a good job, like still being able to potentially making it this far with the team she had with a bunch of her best players. You know, Bonner went to Mercury. They had a bunch of injuries, and still being able to get, you know, adding players on mid-year. And so you got to tip your hat. That was amazing coaching she's done. She's been on a good coaching clinic, so got to tip your hat. Her staff is doing amazing too. She has a good staff, so you know, we'll see what ends up happening. But yo, let me know your thoughts on the Cathy thing. I know that's gonna shake Twitter for a little bit, but that was pretty crazy. But let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. And as always, it's your boy.